Today in New York, New York, an NYPD officer charged with unspeakable crimes against a child. A grim set of bones in an East Harlem building that should never have been left to rot. A Legionnaires outbreak on the Upper East Side. Housing vouchers yanked while rents skyrocket. And the state going after chemical giants over forever chemicals. Let's get into it. I'm Vixie Steele. This is Loud and Local in New York City. Buckle up, folks. First up, something I'm already pissed off about. In Brooklyn, NYPD officer Joshua Acosta has been arrested and charged after an Internal Affairs Bureau investigation. We're talking multiple counts of rape and sexual misconduct against a minor. Alleged incidents stretching from 2021 to 2026. And an arrest this month while he was off duty in South Brooklyn. The Brooklyn District Attorney's Office is on it. Acosta is suspended without pay, and police describe it as domestic in nature. No other details have been released yet. Here's what makes my blood boil. The Police Benevolent Association isn't backing him legally. That's unusual, and it tells you even the union can read the room on this one. Look, mate, I don't want to hear one more person say these are isolated bad apples. When the timeline of alleged abuse runs 5 darn years, that smells like systemic rot. I don't make the rules, but I do enforce them. Accountability means early intervention, airtight oversight, real consequences. It's about time we stop pretending. If you wear the badge and prey on the vulnerable, throw the book so hard it leaves a dent in the wall. Moving on, before I break something. East Harlem, 219 East 115th Street. Human skeletal remains found inside a vacant building that's been neglected for decades. Records show at least 25 active violations and a paper trail back to 1994. The place used to be a drug rehab facility. Then the windows went, the facade crumbled, cornice pieces literally dislodging. It was left unmanaged and unsealed long enough that a homeless veteran was reportedly living there, per 311 complaints. Now, the chief medical examiner is working to identify the remains. There's no confirmation yet whether it's that veteran. This is what happens when a city lets a building rot until people inside disappear from view. How the hell do we allow a former rehab facility to sit as a broken shell for 30 years? We cite it for facade hazards, broken windows, dislodged cornice elements, but somehow it's still a wide open invite for tragedy. To be fair, there are agencies trying, but if a building sits with 25 active violations and stays a corpse house, then the system is failing. People aren't blight. People are not code violations. They're lives. Fix the doors. Seal the sites. Stop letting landlords and paperwork outrun human beings. Next up, Upper East Side, and it's not a boutique problem. It's Legionnaires' disease. 36 people have gotten sick, 22 hospitalized. Outbreak first flagged July 2nd. City health officials are tracing potential sources, namely cooling towers, those big rooftop rigs tied to building air systems. In May, a new city law kicked in, requiring monthly testing for Legionella. But compliance, it's been spotty. And there's a discrepancy between the number of towers the city has on file and what independent mapping is finding. That's not a cute clerical error, that's how bacteria gets a free ride. Carnegie Hill has more elderly residents than average, and Legionella hits older folks hardest. This is basic public health and basic maintenance. Flush the systems, test monthly, log it, post the damn results where tenants can see them. If you can afford a roof deck and a concierge, you can afford to keep your cooling tower from spraying pneumonia into the neighborhood. Honestly, it's ridiculous we can't manage basic health safety in a city of this scale. Get the inspectors out, cite the hell out of non-compliant buildings, and shut down the worst offenders until they fix it. Nobody wants a mystery mist of germs drifting over their block. All right, let's keep this train wreck rolling. Housing vouchers. The Trump administration says it will not issue new tenant protection vouchers to replace the expiring emergency housing vouchers, EHV, created in 2021. Those EHV vouchers were supposed to help low-income renters recover from the COVID mess and were expected to last until 2030. Surprise! Rents climbed like a rocket and the money's burning out early. Congress set aside about $264 million to soften the landing with new vouchers. Instead, the administration is using that cash to delay the crash a bit for current recipients, but no new lifelines, which leaves thousands here facing the cliff. Look, politics is a blood sport, but housing is not a toy. Staten Island, yes, the borough with the city's lone Republican in Congress, has more EHV recipients than 26 states and territories. This isn't some abstract culture war thing. These are families, seniors, veterans, people who finally got a foothold after the pandemic and are now being told, sorry, game over. I've had it with this fucking nonsense. If the programme is running out because rent is insane, the answer isn't to pull the plug. It's to renew, replace, or both, while you work on actually cooling the rental market. People can't just will a cheaper apartment into existence. Last up, something that actually makes sense for once. New York Attorney General Letitia James is suing chemical companies, including DuPont and 3M, over PFAS, the so-called forever chemicals. These compounds don't break down, and they've been linked to serious health issues, including cancers and birth defects. The suit says the companies sold toxic products for years without properly warning the public. We've known for ages they're everywhere. Non-stick pans, cosmetics, water-repellent clothing, firefighting foams. And get this, as far back as the 1970s, 3M's own scientists found PFAS in employee blood. In 1981, DuPont monitored exposed workers and found birth defects in babies born to those workers. Still, the products rolled on. Unbelievable, but not surprising. To be fair, 3M said in late 2022 it would phase out PFAS by the end of 2025. Cool, but the damage is already baked into our water, soil, and bodies. The lawsuit wants to stop sales without proper warnings and make these giants pay for cleanup. Finally, someone gets it right. If you profited for decades while the red flags were waving, you pay. Full stop. No golden parachutes, no cute settlements that amount to couch change. Make it hurt until it stops making financial sense to sell poison. This is the good shit right here. Respect where it's due. Quick recap while we catch our breath. An NYPD officer charged after a 5-year span of alleged abuse and a rare cold shoulder from the union. Human remains in a so-called vacant East Harlem building with 30 years of neglect hanging off it like loose brick. Legionnaires' cases piling up while buildings play dumb about their cooling towers. Housing vouchers kneecapped as rents eat the city alive. And the state finally swinging at the forever chemical cartel. That's New York on a Thursday. What fresh disaster is this? It's the one we live in. Listen, I shouldn't have to say this, but here we fucking are. If you're running a building, maintain the damn systems. If you're in power, stop playing budget Jenga with people's homes. If you wear a badge, honour it or get the hell out. And if you sold poison knowingly, prepare to pay until your shareholders cry. Back in my day, people had fucking standards. We can have them again. Start by not being incompetent. And that's today's dose of reality from Loud and Local with Vixie Steele in New York City. Go do something useful, and I'll catch you tomorrow.